Hey, remember last week's video when I was like,
oh, health is good. We all Gucci over here.
Well, I got COVID. Hey guys, my name is Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. If you did not realize from my earlier statement, yes, I got COVID. I got over it. I'm still recovering a little bit, but that's why there wasn't a video last week. So for this week's video, it was sort of kind of interesting how it all happened. Let me set the stage, start the story from the beginning. I'm on a walk, walking, getting that exercise in, you know, and I come across a free dresser. Anyways, normal people would just keep on walking. Normal people, but me, I'm not normal. So of course I call up the hubby and say, hey, can you help me come load this free dresser into our big old car? He said yes, and so here we are. This video is I'm redoing a dresser for free. We're gonna make it beautiful. So in my defense, first of all, I need a dresser, so this sort of kind of happened really at a good time if you think about it. I got on Pinterest like I normally do, and I found these inspiration pictures. So this is what we were aiming for, pretty high in my opinion for my first, you know, DIY redo furniture item, really, if you think about it. Also, I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking,
Taylor, just why don't you go buy a new dresser?
I just want to let you know at the end of this video, I will show you the exact cost that I spent on redoing this free dresser that I found, and I will show you, sort of compare it to what I would have bought if I was looking for a dresser, and I'll let you decide if it was worth me doing the DIY for this dresser. So stay tuned for that one. So step one of this dresser, first of all, I had to clean it a little bit and I had to make sure there were no bugs or anything going on with it, which it wasn't. It was set out that day. I actually saw the people, my neighbors, and I said, hey, what are you guys doing? They said, we don't want this, we're trying to get rid of it. I said, that's great, I'll take it. And I did. So after that whole little thing and like wiping it down and everything, I wanted to figure out how much of this dresser was real wood versus fake wood. And I found out actually like 80% of this dresser is real wood, so good on my end, right? The sad part was the top of the board, or the top of the dresser, is not real wood all the way through. So it has a thin layer of wood and then the most of it is particle board, which makes sense for this type of dresser. So originally, my original plan was to stain the top and keep it real wood on the top, but I found out I could not do that, sadly. So that meant I got to sand the entire dresser. All of it. All of it. I would also like the record to know that sanding is not my favorite thing in the whole wide world to do. Sanding took quite a while, not gonna lie, and I made a mess in this apartment, not gonna lie about that either. So if you are sanding, try to make sure you have good ventilation, wear a mask, do the proper things to care for yourself, like I did. And then just be prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally that you will be cleaning up a big old mess. After sanding my wonderful dresser, it was time to pick out the paint. So if you follow me on TikTok, you guys actually got to help me pick the paint colors. So if you're not, check that out because they are getting a little bit of hints, a little bit first of what's going on my YouTube channel and have been helping me recently pick some things out and make decisions. So check that out. So I went to the good old Home Depot and I picked out some swatches, and as you can see, we were going for the cool area of green or blue because you gotta remember what my bedspread and what my bedroom looks like so far. If you haven't, there's another video you can check of me redoing half of my bedroom. We're sort of working on it in parts here. So out of all of these colors, there's probably about 20 something here. I narrowed it down to 3. You should be proud of me for this. This is progress on Taylor making decisions. So these are the 3 colors that we finally landed on, and there is basically no difference, as you can see. But it took me a while to make up my mind. We have Winter Way. It has a hint of green, if you can tell at all. Then we have Nightclub. which is a little bit darker and has hints of undertones of gray. And last but not least, we have Midnight Blue, which is more of a blue undertone than the green from Winter Way. Okay, so it's officially paint reveal time, and I actually did a TikTok poll to see if you guys could help me out picking the paint, and this is what we chose. Definitely love it, and I did already test it on the wood, and this is what it looks like on the wood. So from some lights it's blue, some lights it's green. Painting did take a little while with this color. It was technically a 1-coat, which they sort of kind of lied to me because I had to do a little bit of a 2-coat situation in some areas. Also, this is where I'd like to explain what I decided to do with the dresser drawer fronts. I decided I wanted to add an element of texture, an element of not a solid flat space, so yeah, textured. And so I decided to get some textured wallpaper off of Amazon, and my first round with it was not a great situation or choice that I chose, so I had to return that and get another option. But my second option came in, it was exactly what I wanted, and I fell in love with how much of a dimension it was gonna give the dresser fronts. So while painting, I edged the dresser front drawers instead of painting them all because I was gonna end up taking the wallpaper and covering it in the center. So that didn't need to be painted because I was always gonna paint on top of the wallpaper in the end anyways. Hopefully that made sense. I just finished the first drawer. I'm a little sweaty because I got a little nervous and I learned a lot. As you can see, even from that far away, a little snippet got cut off there, but when you paint it, I don't think you're gonna be able to see it. I'm hoping I get better in the next few drawers. But like, it's very cool and I like it. It's just, I really hope I get just a smidgen better, because when I messed up that little area, I got a little upset with myself. But just picture it with the drawer painted, right? Handles on, you won't see the mess ups. Also, I'd like to point out that this is the first time I've ever wallpapered in my entire life, and it wasn't even on a wall. So I'm over here adding skills to my resume. Wallpapering, just not walls yet. Other than wallpaper, I did get a few more things off of Amazon that would help me with this dresser. The main one would have to be the handles. So these are the old handles. As you can see, not the vibe that we were going for. Beautiful handles, and I now have them to reuse in a different piece if I find another piece for some odd reason that I want to redo. They were just not the vibe that we were going for. So I ended up finding a little bit more of a modern twist on Amazon, and I ordered those, which actually were the most expensive part of the whole dresser. So if I wanted to make this dresser a little bit more affordable, I could have done a little bit of different handles. Just saying, just saying. So after the handles, all I had to do was take all the parts and put them back together on the dresser. So here's what you guys have been waiting for, the final reveal of the DIY free dresser makeover. So my final thoughts, basically. Did this dresser take me a while? A little bit, because of the sanding, I will say. So if you're looking for a dresser to DIY, try to get one that you don't have to sand, because that took the absolute most time. But I absolutely loved all the rest of the process of learning how to wallpaper, designing it, and finding my inspiration pictures, and deciding to chop off the legs, which I don't even think I mentioned. We chopped off the bottom of the legs to give it a little bit of more of a modern look. And so it was also something that I know for a fact I will not buy this exact dresser in a store. So now for my absolute favorite part of DIYs is, was it worth it? Here is the cost of everything that I spent on this beautiful dresser of mine. So the actual dresser itself was free, found it on a walk. The wallpaper, let's start there. It was $31.24, which is a little bit more pricier than the first round that I did. I found some for $12.90. It was just not exactly what I wanted. So there are cheaper options out there. Next up would be paint, which was $22.98, and then paint supplies, which was $5.98. If you don't get your paint supplies from Harbor Freight, what are you doing? That's where you should get all your paint brushes. Just letting you know. I did get my paint from Home Depot. Next we have the handles, which I told you guys was my most expensive part. I went with 12 handles because there were originally 12 handles, and since there were already that many holes, I decided to keep them all. but you could have cut it in half and just did 6. I did 12, so it was $47.58, I wanna say, for 12 wooden handles with gold accents. And I got those off of Amazon, which they also had a 15% off coupon while I bought it, which was really exciting. And last but not least, I did use wallpaper adhesive to do my adhesive onto the drawers. I think you could get away with other glues, but the wallpaper adhesive was only $7.98, I wanna say, around there. So it wasn't that much more expensive, or it was even cheaper than some of the other glue options. And I have a ton of it now. So like wallpaper and glue, I'm good for a while. Got some extras. Add everything together, it was $115.76 to redo a 6-drawer with 2 small hidden drawers dresser. Which, I love doing this part as well. I tried to find some comparison prices of in-stores dressers that I would have purchased, or ones that look like the one that I just redid. So here are some options. The cheapest ones I could find were at Walmart and Target, were around $200, and they are not made of real wood. So it's more of like the IKEA wood that you find with furniture, which nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's just does not last, in my experience, as long as real wood furniture would. So my question for you guys, was this DIY worth it? Let me know down in the comments. It was $115.78, and it took me about 3 full days to do. So in your opinion, did I save a lot of money? Let me know down in the comments. Also, I am so excited to get rid of my old dresser and use this one. So I think I need to redo and organize my whole closet again. Is that something you guys be interested in watching as well? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Now I'm just sort of kind of sitting here thinking of how long it's gonna take me to organize my closet. I mean, I probably should show you guys what it looks like, but I really don't want to. Okay, bye.